Hey gamers, welcome back to a Crusader Kings 3 Game of Thrones mod, and we're playing as Samuel Blackwood of the Blackwood Vale here. Last time we took out our rivals in the High Lordship of Southstone, killing Hoster as we took him prisoner, our rival, and capturing his wife in the same siege. We are ransoming her back to her son for a small little fee, and this kid will soon become our new rival once the house rivalries kick through here. We are the Blackwoods, which have a long-standing rivalry with the Brackens. If you want to know all about it, search a couple of YouTube videos about the history of Blackwood and Bracken. You'll find a couple entertaining things to read up on. I'm not going to do spoilers and other history recap stuff. We're going to play our own alternate history here. We're taking place during the House of the Dragons timeline in what's gone off the rails in a totally different direction, basically. What's this guy want? He wants his child back. He was fighting. He's a vassal of the Brackens, so obviously they were helping out. Yeah, you can pay me 10 gold and have her back. I don't really care that much about you. I know you have no choice but to serve your lord, but soon, eventually, you will be, hopefully, my vassal instead, because right down here, the Lakewoods, they're eventually going to pass through my heir to his heir and basically join up and sandwich in between these two guys. The other thing I was saying is our alternate history here. So we've got King Aegon II. He won the Civil War, and in fact won a second Civil War where Princess Rhaenyra was trying to gain her independence. However, last time we had a war, the first time, he was very merciful. Nobody got executed, even though we lost. The second time around, though, Princess Rhaenyra tried to host a independence war of rebellion, and again, lost. And that time, this second time, he was not so lenient. She was pregnant in his jail and was executed under his orders. So, not only did she lose her life, but she lost the baby at the same time. And not only that, but her titles. She controlled the Lord Paramountcy of Dragonstone, but it seems that with her execution, King Aegon took the titles and is now giving it to his own child, Prince Jacaerys of Dragonstone, his heir, in fact. So the heir of the title of the Seven Kingdoms gets the kingdom-level title for the Lord Paramountcy of Dragonstone. Seems kind of appropriate. It seems also that he is in charge of the High Lordship of Sharppoint and of Driftmark. So they pay fealty to him. So Prince Jacaerys, Lord Jacaerys now, because his mother's princess title's really kind of been demoted. He was a prince at one point, but now he's barely a lord. Prince Jacaerys is his lord, and Prince Jacaerys is now just the High Lordship of Driftmark, and he has taken on the Valerian house line because his father, Prince Laenor, quote unquote, Prince Laenor, was the heir of Driftmark. So when Corlys died, it passed along directly to Jacaerys here. So he didn't even take his mother's Targaryen name. He is now the head of the Valerian house, and he has to pay fealty to his cousin here, Jacaerys of Dragonstone. Kind of an insult. How far their line has fallen and how high King Aegon has risen. So this is our alternate history. This is what's going on. And in this playthrough, we have been trying to scheme and work our way up and gain power for our house, House Blackwood, followers of the old gods, the only people in town who follow the old gods, still down south of the neck here. And we have several schemes going. One of our schemes has already borne fruit. Lady Moira of Lakehaven is married to our heir, Prince Benjicott, and therefore, eventually, all of their children will inherit both titles, and Lakehaven and Blackwood will be joined to sandwich out our long-standing rivals, House Bracken. And sooner or later, we're going to take these guys down piece by piece, taking out their territory. Last episode, we took back what was rightfully ours and reunited the ravishment with our de jure duchy, so the Blackwood is now whole. We're going to have to probably wait a couple years to declare more wars on these guys, but we have strong allies in the Malisters just to our north, the Reeds up in the neck, we've got Lake Haven on our side, and we also have the Golden Tooth, Golden Grove. I'm not sure what I think it was calling them Gold Tooth all last week, but it's probably, or Gold Tree. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying, but House Rowan is what they are. Lord of the Golden Grove. These guys are strong and rich in this area of the Reach, and we also have some schemes going on with our sister, Black Alley. She's married to Garmund Hightower here, third son of Ormond Hightower, so a little bit ways down in the line of succession, but if we can teach these Hightowers a thing or two about intrigue, we might be able to take this guy out. So they discovered my scheme to murder him. However, I'm so good at espionage and murder right now. I'm a schemer through and through. We still have a really high chance of getting this guy. So as soon as he's dead, his son will be the new Lord of Hightower. And we have a hook currently on their spy master. So we didn't even use the hook to try to kill Lionel because he's craven and he's too scared to go up against him. So we've got this in the pocket to help get him on board to help kill his kid afterward. So it's really just a matter of time now. We're going to have to decide what we're going to do after some of these schemes. We would like to just continue chipping away at the Brackens and taking them out piece by piece, taking some of their territory into our possession, teach them a lesson like they had the ravishment. We took it back. I think it's about time to return the favor and maybe take a piece of their de jure duchy out from under them. So that might be our goal in the near future. However, we do have this truce that we don't want to necessarily, can't declare war against him for another 5 years. We'll see about that. Okay, we'll see about that. But for now, we're just going to have to kind of carry on and just enjoy the fruits of our labor, I guess. We gotta watch out though, because a dangerous faction has been rising. Some of our vassals think that they can rise up against us to lower our crown authority. Right now, our crown authority is pretty high, which means they contribute more tax and levies to us, but they dislike us a little bit because, you know, obviously they would rather not do that. So we're just gonna hold tight, and meanwhile, our seer is converting faith in county, but it's going to take 69 years to convert Raven's March, which is the local area right down here, the Lordship of Raven's March. This guy, the House Burn, I think these guys are made up for the game. I'm not sure if they're like canon house. They're kind of cool. They got the raven on the back of the bear, and their house words are Son of the Unicorn. These guys seem really interesting to me, so I'd like to know maybe if there was some inspiration for them, because they're an Old Gods follower as well. So he actually kind of likes me even. He doesn't have the same dislike for me just because we're followers of the Old Gods. He's one too. So I thought that his county that he rules over should also convert to our faith, but it's still going to take a really long time for that to happen. So like I said, everything in this right now, we're just going to have to be patient about. Holy cow, she's a 14. She's good at her job, but our half-brother and Maester Tilebert here, he has been kind of sitting around. He used to be on our council a while back, but through shuffling around with some of our vassals, our powerful vassals wanted some positions, he kind of got pushed out to the side. I think it's about time we use his high learning skill, he's excellent at it, to be our seer. And that took off 29 years just because he's so much better. So, hey, one little thing at a time. Optimize, look for potential, and luckily we don't have any powerful vassals that really are demanding positions. This guy, though, he's our chancellor. He should be pretty happy. This guy is our vassal, just a captain. And this guy, he's our spy master. We're actually trying to sway him to our side already. So we're kind of doing two birds with one stone there. If we can get him to like us a little bit more, one, as our spy master, he's probably not going to try to murder us by joining somebody else's scheme. but also hopefully he'll kind of get dissuaded out of the faction. Meanwhile, the other guy, I think we could make him one of our members of our council, and that would increase his opinion of me a little bit, maybe even enough to not join the faction. We'll see. He is trained in martial, but he sucks at it. He's the best at stewardship, and we only have our steward vassal here. She's a baron. She owns the city of Lushton. She's the mayor there. I think we can reassign and give this guy her position. He's only a little bit worse than her, and that made him way happier. So we'll see if he is willing to drop out of this faction at some point soon here. We'll see about him. Meanwhile, House Bracken, where our rivalry continues. Hateful House Bracken is now in the hands of Sefton, a lord surely just as wicked as his predecessors, though he is only a boy. Everyone knows of Humphrey's inherited rivalry with Edwin, but what of the future? Humphrey is the guy who was initially the Lord of Highstone, but he died a while back, and Edwin was my father, so our rivalry just continues on down our line and will never end. Nothing ever changes. The Bracken dogs are all the same. Child or not, Lord Sefton, your days are numbered. It appears that Lord Guy of Tangleroot Castle has accused my Lord Vassal Andry of having copulated with his soulmate, Lady Eleanor. Such things cannot be accepted outside of marriage. The old gods will judge these sinners. I was going to say, like, oh, you know, he's single. Why didn't he just marry her? But she's already married to Lord Guy of all people. Oh, man, no wonder this guy's pissed off. He put her in jail because, well, she's his vassal, being his wife and all. So we'll see how that turns out for her. It's not exactly the most relevant thing to me, but we do love a good scandal, don't we? Looks like we've gone back down to 62%. Somebody probably joined and then died or didn't join anymore. So we have no agents left in our scheme. We actually, we had bribed someone to join, I think, last episode. So back down to 62%, but it's still a little better than 50-50, even though it was exposed. So we just got to cross our fingers here. And we got some more espionage going on. Let's see. Sodomy. While investigating for my liege, Lord Paramount... Oh, yes, that's the other thing, too. So I am his spy master in his court, Lord Paramount of the Riverlands. I'm his spy master, so that's kind of a boon, because being the spy master kind of helps us be better at spycraft overall. Anyway, I have discovered a secret held by Lord Harston of Rushing Ground. So here he is, Lord Harston, and Rushing Ground is a county underneath the barony, or sort of the duchy of the lordship of Atranta. So it seems like he enjoys the company of other men. Foolish of thinking that such a sin against the old gods would go unnoticed. Unfortunately, because of the religious beliefs of the old gods, we have shunned male adultery, shunned deviancy, and shunned same-sex relations. It's not a crime. It's just frowned upon. But I say that because, our own son has a secret. He is himself a homosexual. So, he might regret giving into his desires. I don't know if my son has or not. That's his secret. We'll eventually play as him, and he is humble, brave, diligent, but still wrathful. Not exactly the most great bunch of traits. He's only a flamboyant trickster. He's not exactly this scheming spy master that our callous, zealous, and arbitrary attitudes have allowed us to become so successful in all of our scheming. So long as Samwell is in charge, we're going to continue on down this personality line, scheming and killing and murdering and going around. Meanwhile, you have a secret. I'm not going to even bother blackmailing you. It's not my problem. If my lord wants to blackmail you, I think that's his business. You're just a minor count. You're not really exactly somebody that I care about. If my lord was scheming against Lord John here, Perhaps that information could be useful to him. Meanwhile, here we go. A meal to die for. My agents have prepared for weeks. The cook has been bribed to look the other way. The poison has been acquired, and the duck was gifted to Lord Lionel alone. It will be rubbed with the poison, and the bed of herbs will mask the smell as it is served. The deadly bitterness will be the last thing my target ever tastes. Bon appetit, Lord Lionel. We'll see. Hopefully we get him. Alright, here we go. Fingers crossed. Healthy eater. That bird became the last thing Lionel ever ate. It also seems that none of my agents are under suspicion, which means no one can trace the poison back to me. Why, it must have been something he ate. Lord Lionel died under suspicious circumstances. Mwaha! Our plans have come to fruition, and the Hightowers have been weakened. One less Hightower in the way in the line of succession as Lord Samgood of Old Town, only 4 years old, takes possession of the High Lordship of Old Town. And if we maybe wanted to murder him, we already start off with a 70% chance because we're so good at intrigue. And can we get some people to join the scheme here? Right now, it looks like 0 agents were willing to join. What happened to our hook, though? This guy, he is simply a vassal. He has not yet been reassigned because Lord Samgood just took possession. So we'll just give this a second and we'll see. Maybe he'll be reappointed spy master. He is extremely good at it. So fingers crossed. Admiral? You made him your admiral? You stupid kid. Oh, and our option has been totally grayed out here. I don't know why. I thought I should still be able to invite people to the scheme if I have a hook. I probably have enough gold to bribe a couple of them too. I guess just nobody is willing to join whatsoever at all. Well, we'll have to wait and see about that. Maybe we can still get this kid 70% chance in 10 months and take him out. One less Old Town Hightower in the way of our... Oh, I'm not even sure if I explained that this episode, but Black Alley here, she's married to Garment, right? I think I mentioned this. So she's married to Garment. He's the third son. There's a bunch of people in the line of succession before he's going to take over from Samgood here, but maybe eventually we'll get there. Meanwhile, spouse, claim of convenience. My wife, Tyree Ann, eagerly brings a man before me. My lord, allow me to introduce Gilwood, claim it to the High Lordship of Eastwild. Eastwild, let's check this out. Eastwild is way over here in the Vale, the easternmost tip, it looks like. Moonstone's a little further out, but so Eastwild, you say? Yes, Gilwood bows before me. It is an honor, my lord. Sadly, Eastwild is most likely to remain out of my grasp without a beneficiary at my side. So I could try to press his claims and fight the Mountain in the Vale, but yeah, Lady Jane here, she is kind of a badass and not exactly who I would want to go up against anytime soon. She actually married King William Royce of Mountain and Vale, so look at that. She has some children, and they are of House Royce themselves, because for some reason, even though she was basically queen of the Kingdom of the Mountain and Vale, she didn't marry matrilineally. It's kind of interesting, kind of weird. But yeah, sorry, Sir Gilwood here. I might just be able to help you with that. He can join my court. He's a decent fighter, I guess, but like he kind of sucks, dude. So my wife would lose opinion of me, and I could imprison him as an act of tyranny. I don't think I need to do that. I could tell him that I could help him out, but I don't want to lead him on. And my wife, she likes me okay enough, but sorry, honey, I don't really care about this guy. Good luck with that, dude. I hope it goes well for you. I forgot, too, a couple episodes ago, we were talking about the Royces. The High Lordship of Runestone here, Lord Walter Rice. He is a bit stupid, but his next in line is actually the king. So that's kind of interesting. The one who's married to Lord Jane here. So the thing was, in the very early on episodes, Lord Yorbert here, he was slain in battle, but he won a couple of really clutch battles back during the initial rebellion against the Seven Kingdoms, Aegon versus Rhaenyra. And we thought, this guy was pretty sick. Even though he's a Faith of the Seven, we thought, maybe Lord Walter here deserved to be joined in with our family. We'd tell him some good tales, but he was never really willing to marry in with us. So I thought maybe my niece would want to, but he's not willing to accept. We have way too many alliances already, so he's not willing to do that. However, we always thought we would keep an eye on him, so we've got him marked as a special interest character. Also, Jocelyn Mallister, he is all grown up and still unmarried, so we still got time to get rid of him before he has any kids. And also this guy, not sure why we marked this guy of interest. So he was maybe important at some point, but probably lost his position or something. So I'm not too worried about Adron anymore. We got a couple of things that we can join. We can join a grand tournament, or we can join a hunt. I think I might join the hunt. My Chancellor and Vassal wants to host a hunt, and I think he would enjoy hosting his lord. We need a new caravan master, though, because our sister used to be it. Looks like our daughter, Amya, is well endowed to be a good caravan master for us, though. So I think I'll assign her for that. She is matrilineally marrying Adam Wayne of House Wayne here. His grandparent is in charge of the lordship of Turnbridge, and he is the heir. So yet another piece of land that will fall into eventually our dynasty's line once my daughter's children with Adam, once they're finished getting betrothed and they get married and they have some kids, then we'll have Turnbridge down here, which is just outside of our territory. So it's a great close by ally to have under our house here. And we can have mercenary guards. Is it worth it, though? I don't even care that much. I'm not even going to spend the 20 gold on it. It's not worth it. Mountaineers, we don't need mountaineers. We can accept the small 25% chance of danger and live dangerously. You can see all these little check marks, which means we've explored out all around these lands and visited a bunch of these places already. We've kind of got our worldliness out of us in the previous episode, and we're not going down into the Bracken lands to explore their places. No, that's not happening. So let's join the hunt and have some fun. Why not? Hunt, a fresh start. My Chancellor, Lord Enger, is hosting a hunt in Waspwood, and the time has come for us to depart. I should be able to proudly represent the House of Blackwood. This should be a good sport, even if the event is properly organized, that is. So I hope it goes well. We'll be there in 7 days, and then we'll see how this hunt gets on. Have a little bit of fun. Uh-oh, danger. Mountains out of molehills. The road has gotten incredibly hilly the past few hours, and everyone is beginning to get tired. After a long while, with no end of the hills in sight, one of my traveling companions, Amya, my caravan master, approaches me and says, "My lord, our mounts cannot carry on like this for much longer. The poor animals need a break, or I fear they will collapse. We must stop to rest." Well, she knows full well that it will delay our journey to Waspwood. What should we do? She's right. It's best to rest. Listen to her. She'll gain opinion of us. We become a better seasoned traveler either way, or we could not listen to her. She'd lose opinion. I think we can spare it. I don't think they're going to wait for us, right? He's going to wait for his lord to arrive before he starts the hunt. I don't think we have to worry. Meanwhile, more danger. Sticks in the wheel. "Ledge," I hear Oren shout out in a panic. Oren here is my nephew from Elton the Arrogant, my half-brother Admiral. Wow, we have a lot of homosexuals in our family. Good for us. Soon after, I heard a loud cracking sound, like that of wood breaking, or of my patience finally snapping. I step out on the grass and see the splintered remains of a wagon wheel. My wagon wheel. I'm sorry, my uncle. It was my turn as lookout, and I fell asleep at the reins. Curse, how did you fall asleep at the reins? Come on, dude. My stupid nephew. He is honest, at least. He came forward with us. He seems just, wrathful, and zealous. He's a good lad. I forgive him. We could be delayed 5 days, or we could try to shuffle things around, and we can afford the prestige lost. We can kind of make it. I don't care. I just want to get on with this hunt. You are forgiven, Oren. Here we are, finally, making camp. As we wait for the arrival of the rest of the guests, Lord Anger has started on with his preparations. His gamekeepers check the highlands each day for sites of quarry while building a camp close to the hunting ground. Clamp? Anyway, I've checked my gear and horse many times. It won't be long now. Soon we will begin our hunt. 20% chance. We don't even need to be recreational about this. We could try to make a different intent if we want, but let's take a look at that in a second. Good prospects. Abros assembling the party as the sun rises over the camp in the grasslands near Waspwood. The local gamekeepers have scoured the vicinity for recent tracks and fumes. There is clearly a small roebuck nearby, but no recent traces of any larger game. Ultimately, Lord Anger decides that we will hunt the roe today. Let's get out there. Let's go. I'm going to pause as I do that, and I'm just going to take a look at our intent. Right now we are looking to recreate. We could just focus on slaying the beast. That might improve our chances, or we could look at murdering somebody, but I don't know if there's anybody here that we want to murder. Let's just take a look real quick at our targets. No, it's mostly like our vassals, our friends, people that we are in our employ. None of our enemies are here to worry about. No Brackens in sight. So why not just look to befriend? If we can befriend our vassal, I think that would go a long way towards improving relations in the realm. Or, our spy master. We are currently swaying him, but if we can make him our good friend, then we're guaranteed that, or not necessarily guaranteed, but pretty guaranteed that he's not going to turn against us. So why not try to become friends with Lord Bastion of Honeytree, our vassal and spy master, and see if he can't like us just a little bit better by the end of this trip. A moment to talk. Waiting for word from the scent hounds, the party rests in a shaded copse. Bastion stands not far off. This is my chance to impress him. Lord Bastion, how are you? It's not often we get a chance to talk, I open informally. He seems surprised, but not hostile to my conversation. There's nothing better than a good hunt, is there? I do pity the poor animals at times. That's not me. I'm a callous bitch. I would rather be doing something useful, of course, and we managed 4 spills forth from the old god's gifts. I'm not going to talk to him about the old gods because he is a Faith of the Seven follower. So why not just talk, appreciate the fact that we're out in nature. There's nothing better than a good hunt. Lord Bastion seems to have much in common with me, relaxing his demeanor in my company. When we move on, we can hardly be separated. I knew I would find the right words to win him over. I think I won him over. We grow closer to forming a friendship, and he gains 15 opinion of us. Lovely. My pal, Bastion, seems like a good dude. We're basically the same age. We're only a couple years apart. We have plenty in common to be discussing. So why not? A rude vassal. As we assemble in a group, I hear Lord Andrew behind me hissing from atop his hunting steed. Look at that evil buffoon. He points at my castellan, Lord Edmund, who seems to be having a hard time bearing the insults. Oh, well, Lord Edmund, he's a believer in the old gods, so horses halt. I kind of dig that. And meanwhile, Lord Andrew here, Lordship of Flockshade, Bigglestone. Yeah, these guys have kind of been bugging me, pissing me off in previous episodes, I recall. So, you know what? He's already been insulted once, and he doesn't like me. So I think I will punish Lord Andrew of Flockshade, give him a taste of my belt, and lose more opinion of me. I might decrease the success chance of our hunting trip, but Lord Andrew, you're kind of pissing me off. I'm gonna give him a bit of the taste of my belt, and that'll teach him to talk shit about my old god's fellow vassal here. Know your place, Lord Andrew. Hunting. Softly, softly. Lord Enger's huntsmen say they know the place of the beast's covert, and the nearby waterholes and grazings of the row in which it frequents. Our host thinks for a moment before scoffing. I came for a real hunt. We will hunt by force, not by stealth. Well, so be it. It's your call. It's a bit more perilous, but let's try to corner this row. Ruff, ruff, ruff. We can hardly keep up with the blasted beast as it darts and weaves through the tall grass, barking wildly, cornering the row. Scaling a rise and disappearing into a dense thicket, the row is gone quickly as it appeared, with only panting dogs and sweaty horses to show for it. The damned thing is gone! We're failing. We failed. We should have snuck up on it. It was your call, dude, but, well, what are you gonna do? I gained the trait Hunter, however, from having participated, so this is something that we can level up in and get better at the more hunts that we do, but it gives us a little bit more stress loss and things. We gain a little bit of experience for our Hunter trait, but unfortunately our hunt ends empty-handed. Our party seems to be beset by every misery that Night's King could conjure, and I am almost relieved to leave the hills behind me. I am Night's King, I guess, like kind of like our version of like the devil. The Night's King story for the old gods is kind of scary, so that's why he's cursing. You know, it's the Night's King who has brought his curse down upon us. You know, if we were to swear in objection to our poor hunt results here. I am no closer to gaining the confidence of Bastion. I must be doing something wrong. Maret gathers the disappointed party and exhausted hounds for the trip home. The row indeed eluded us this time, and we failed to befriend him. However, he did gain a little bit more opinion of us, so our sway scheme will only be empowered, and eventually, hopefully, we'll win him to our side. He already likes us quite a bit more than he did at the start. We are friendly, and we're swaying, and he'll come around. Let us leave this adventure behind for now, however. We gained some legitimacy, we gained some prestige, we lost some stress, and, you know, we tried. You know, our Captain of Wisdom even gained glory. That's one of our accolade guys. So we're going to finish the hunt. We're going to head home. I'll show you our accolades. We've got 2 accolade captains, the Valiant Blackwood Knight and the Captain of Wisdom. So because Lord Hollis helped out in the hunt, he gained a little bit of glory just for himself and his title here. On our way back, we have a danger, a fire in the night. We are walking among the hills late in the day. The darkness comes suddenly, brought by the dark clouds above us. Then there is a distant loud thunder rumble. Soon there is another, combined with a dazzling flash of lightning, and another strike, brilliantly illuminating the area. The afterimage burned into my eyes. I blink and see where the lightning has struck. Now there is a quickly expanding brush fire, and it is spreading towards us. We can run away, or we can try to put the fire out before it spreads. We don't have the best chance at it per se, but I think we should be brave and try to put it out and save everything. The fire engulfs my entourage. Oh no! I gained the trait Wounded. I gained some experience for traveling. Elton Blackwood also gained Wounded. Oh, my gay uncle, half-bro. My poor... Oh, damn, that did not go as planned. So, unfortunately, we are wounded. It is giving us a severe penalty, and I can only hope that our Maester, our brother, Lord Maester Tilebert here, he's my half-bro. He's a pretty good physician. He's really well learned, so I hope that he can treat my wounds and give me some relief now that we finally returned home here. Travel arrival. At long last, I am finally home. There's nothing better than arriving back in Raventree after a long journey. I look forward to resting for some time, but the call of the road beckons ever onward. My caravan master Amia, my daughter here, reports that the journey cost 74 days and we traveled through 9 baronies. So thank the old gods, I can go inside again, finally get some rest, maybe get some treatment, and you know, try to take it easy for a while, because that was rough, I gotta say. Not exactly what I thought. I was trying to be brave, took out that fire, and look what we have to show for it, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Lord Sefton here is still recovering his troops. He's got still a little bit more troops than we do at the end of the day. And while investigating for my liege, once again, Lord Hastring of Rushing Ground has taken a lover, Master Halen of Wenneridge. Wow. Well, we already knew that he was gay, which is fine. And now that we know who his lover is, we could blackmail him too. But this guy, he's kind of nobody to us, so who cares? Lord Wyman's vassal. He's way up here in Beastrin at the High Lordship of Flint's Fingers, under the Lordship of the North. Like, local drama in our area, like juicy details, ooh, but, there's nothing I need to do for it. A secret exposed. Although there is no way to prove it conclusively, Lord Guy of Tangleroot Castle has brought forth evidence that Bertrand is not the son of himself, basically, and was fathered by my vassal, Lord Andry. Dude, this guy, he seems like he's pretty pissed off because my vassal was sleeping with his wife, who is now, she got executed. This guy was really pissed off. His wife cheated on him, gave birth to this kid, he put her in jail, executed her. His supposed son has had to grow up in jail at 0 years of age, probably live in jail for his whole life, if not. I mean, if this guy's, he's sadistic, he could take out his own kid. Even it's not his kid, it's just by his dynasty, he is supposed to be, but his disputed heritage is pretty obvious, unfortunately. So he might not have any reason to keep that child around. More drama in the realm. It's not that relevant to me in my schemes, but damn, my vassals, this Lordship of Flockshade, Bigglestone here, this dude is quite the character, and I don't mind that he doesn't like me. I don't like him either. He is a fornicator and a compassionate, honorable, honest guy. We are like basically opposites. I am callous. I am arbitrary. I am zealous. I don't like him. I am wounded, and I hope I get recovered soon. Meanwhile, the feud, the limits of spite. Our rightful moves against House Bracken have not gone unnoticed, but it is certain now that they regret the inherited rivalry. While such creatures do not deserve pity or mercy, the original injury has now been repaid. Has it? Will it ever be? I don't think so. Extending this conflict indefinitely may not be in our best interests. As if. No, we are just getting started. The feud with House Bracken will never end. Unfortunately, Lord Bastion was not swayed by our latest attempt. He still likes us a decent amount. Maybe he'll like us even more. But for now, it seems like a faction was created against my lord. Let's look at the factions. So our Liberty faction is pretty much done. They don't have nearly enough strength to even consider rising up to challenge us. Lord Anger of Westwood, we just had a nice hunt together, and you still wish to scheme against me. I'm okay with you. Why don't you gotta try to scheme against me? I'm trying to help you out here, all right? You're my chancellor. I thought you're like supposed to represent me in the world, You're out there spreading my good name. I think you should at least like me enough to not try to scheme against me. Respect my authority. Meanwhile, Balian has come of age. My tuition of Balian is at an end. Always the clever child, Balian proved time and time again over the course of his studies that he had a natural affinity for careful planning, and more than that, a little discretion. He is misdirection. He now knows his ways around, and importantly, he is highly aware of the political implications of what he wants and how to get it. He is a intricate web weaver and turned out pretty good. So he's going to be serving our family well in the future. Meanwhile, we need to find him a spouse. So I think we'll leave it with that at the end of this episode. I thank you so much for watching, and next time we're going to have to find a good marriage for Balian here. So I hope you'll tune in for that and check us out. we've been doing this for a couple weeks now in a row. I started with during the House of the Dragon Season 2, right near the end. If I was smarter, I would have started at the beginning when it was coming out for the SEO. It seems like the video titled House of the Dragon got the most views. It was the first in the series too, so I don't know. I don't know how YouTube's work, but I do know that if you like and subscribe and comment, then I think that's a good thing. I think that'll help. And then you'll be informed, you click the notification, you get the update. I'm trying to do this and keep it going. House of the Dragon every Sunday night used to be the thing. At least maybe now you can watch another Game of Thrones style thing if you want to tune in on a weekly thing to our playthrough. See how House Blackwood fares, see how the realm turns out in our alternate history, and dude, why did you imprison your own son? What did he do to you? Well, that's interesting. We'll have to see next time how that turns out. Maybe he will show him mercy? We'll see. We'll have to see. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. See you next time.